Hello everybody, the DirtCat brothers here. We've gained a massive amount of subscribers from last time. Thank you very much. I will continue to thank everyone for support. And I'll show it over here someplace. Our numbers have slightly improved, but not too much. We are a self-funded channel. Every subscription and like and watch helps us out. Greatly helps us out. We're here to entertain you, not you to entertain us. So this is a 1968 Ford Galaxie frame. I don't know what it was really off of, like a 500 or like a two-door sedan or something. I don't know. Maybe even an LTD. All the frames are the same. This is a big block. I don't know what the engine originally was. Probably a 352. Doesn't quite matter. But the thing about the 68 frames, including 67, they're thinner metal, which they rust out and split more easily. I figured if this split out on me later in the future, I would get a frame off a 65 or a 66 LTD, either a hardtop or a sedan, and put it underneath the 68 Galaxie. Because the only frame of a 66 I've ever seen rotted out was on my Q code, which is kind of strange. I'm going to be looking at that next year. So I got everything kind of blown out, cleaned out to the best as I can. I got to finish taking stuff off, including, you know, this last remaining cab mount. I got to find those online. If not, maybe at some store. I don't know which one. Most likely have to be online, because really can't quite go to you know, your local Ford dealership and grab another pair. So other than that, I'm just going to strip stuff, sandblast it, try to get what I can done. The front end is almost complete. I am missing a spring and a few stuff on this side, but that's not going to stop me. I'll just kind of MacGyver some things up so that way I can get the front end on. But the main goal is to sandblast all of this, get it painted, get the rear end on first onto some junk wheels, which might be off of that after I scoot it forward. And then I guess block up the front, get the front end on. These will just be temporary, but I want to at least, you know, inspect these, see if they're still good or not. But mine was power disc brake, and this is, you know, off of that 67 LTD. So yeah, I guess we'll see on what kind of happens. You know, like I said, I'm just putting stuff on in order to get the car off the pallets over there, and plus on a rolling frame. If next year permits it, you know, I might do some more stuff with it, but right now the main goal is to get it up off of the pallets and onto this frame after long last. So yeah, I guess time to get the rest of the stuff off and sandblast and see how far I can actually get today. Hopefully the wind doesn't pick up too much, or else painting is going to be quite interesting. So the first day is come and gone. I'm starting to lose some daylight. The sandblaster works good. I already went through one sack, but now the mechanism doesn't want to work too well. We paid about maybe, $30 something for the sandblaster. I got my use out of it, but I'm hoping that it finishes the rest of this frame, because next year I'm going to have to get something better. But hey, I'm working on frame stuff. Oh, by the way, watch out. We're going to use a screwdriver for a pointer. I still have some stuff to go underneath and paint, but I'm going to let this dry for the next couple hours, then put it down on a pallet, you know, flip it over on the other side, and then I'll wedge it up tomorrow. I gotta go grab another pallet before I set it down when it dries, so that way it's not on the ground. Yeah, not too bad. I painted everything to what I sandblasted, so I you know, this is gonna get painted on, but who cares? This thing's gonna get used and abused. But I did the best I could with the rattle can, working with what I got, what I can get. yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. You can still see the light, you know, the light pit stuff in the frame. Kind of, yeah. It's not the, I'm kind of OCD, but I'm gonna have to work, like I said, work with what I got, because as you can see, we don't have our dream garage built at all. We're nowhere near that far yet. So to have a paint stall, yeah, I could build a tent, but there's no tents out there big enough to house as to what I can find in a reasonable price. So, but yeah, really not too bad. I want to sandblast. I want to keep these on for the time being, and I'll sandblast down and around, and you know, both sides, and then paint it. I think tomorrow, you know, when I flip it over, I'll you know, sandblast there and everything, and then paint that side, paint this side. It'll probably take a can. I got 3 cans left. I already used 3. It's really not too bad, but whatever bolts was right there, I'm just going to leave for the time being. It's no big deal. But I'll sandblast the rest of the stuff, and you know, just kind of finish it up tomorrow. And that way the painting will be done, because it's going to be 75 degrees tomorrow. And then Thursday and Friday, it's going to be in the 50s and 40s. So that'll give me time to go over and get stuff for the rear axle. Rear axle is going to go on first. I got to start moving everything else around after this frame is done. I'm hoping that the truck is strong enough to pull everything, because he's starting to have issues. Because I mean, if you see all the vehicles that we've gotten over time since we've been here on YouTube, he's pulled a lot. He's at 232,000, and that Hemi's finally starting to go out. We've hardly changed anything on that engine. That's probably one of the best engines we've ever had. But anyways, back to the point here, moving everything else around. Even if I have to do it by hand, but I'm gonna have to move the Galaxie with the truck, move the Chevy carcass on over to here, and I'll probably start cutting that up, so during the winter. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not the best. Some areas I've kind of missed, but it's not perfect, but just as long as I get the frame, you know, painted to what I can, until I could you know, get a system next year once I raise the car back up and just kind of blast out this area, yeah, and paint it. So yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much a day's work. So I don't know if I may have to borrow something off another vehicle. I don't think so. So, because the front end, you know, this is driver's side. This is pretty much complete. But the passenger side, there is some stuff missing. So, I think I still have some stuff there. I'm not going to spruce up the entire drivetrain. I'm just going to use this to put stuff, you know, onto this frame, so I can get the car off the pallets and off the ground, so that way I can start doing some body work with it, because I want to start stripping that little by little next year and see how bad the body is around the wheel wells, because since it's an extremely solid body, that might be up and going first alongside the 64 500 Hemi. That's why I'm going to name it the 64 Ford Galaxie 500 Hemi. I'll do custom emblems and everything for it. So yeah, we'll go over that in another video. So not to get too much off topic, but yeah, I want to, like I said, it's just barring this. I'm not going to use the steering box. I'm just going to leave it as it is, you know, detached stuff. Just kind of drop it really. I don't know if I'll be able to get everything on the frame, but I know for a fact, you know, since rear axles are simple, it'll go on. Just got to take everything else off and put it on. And oh yeah, the rubbers, I'm probably gonna have to use that rag shirt there on top for the springs, because I forgot to grab the, well, I think there's some, well, I can just actually make my own. Just need to find some decent rubber and make my own, press it up in there for the leaf springs. I mean, not leaf springs, the coil springs. And it's simple to do. So yeah, I guess that's everything in a nutshell for today. Tomorrow I'll flip this over and get everything else done, and then Thursday I should be messing with the rear axle, because I'm going to scoot this forward. Roadrunner's going to stay where she's at. I'm just going to keep her there as is to have more room, so that way I can have room for the Cadillac, because next week I think I'm going to tackle the rear axle, so that way I can move it. And I'll have to borrow some tires off of the 62 Invicta for the front in order to move it. Or at least I hope that those tires fit. I mean, GM, you'd think, but I mean, we'll find out, because I don't have no tires aired up on the 69 Razor Tail. I was about to call it the 49, but no, 69. We don't have no 49s out here, do we? No, we do not. So, alrighty. Working with what I got. It feels good to actually work on something after this year. Yeah, true, I was working on the Cadillac, but it feels good to actually get some progress done at least. Well, there we go. Freshly painted frame. Used 5.5 cans on it. I know I missed some areas because I do see them right now. It's not the best. And that sandblaster, that absolutely sucked. It was like a $30-something cheapo, and it didn't want to work too much more at the end, so I got some sandpaper and sanded it down by hand, and both my arms are kind of tired. Wasn't too bad. I just had to finish out this section here and on up to the front. Did the best I could of what we got. So I know it's not the best, but you know, I want to do some framework this year before year's end, because this year was supposed to be for everything. So it's going to be for something. And since I got stuff to put this frame back together almost 100%, you know, got the rear axle as I showed, and then messing with that front end, that's going to be interesting in itself. May not be a rolling chassis this week, but at least I'll get the rear axle on, because tomorrow I'm going to be messing with it. Wouldn't be too bad. Because now I gotta put down the camera, do a few other things. Gotta pop a post right over there so I can scoot Drama Queen forward. You know, also move her engine as well. Move a few other things, get them up on pallets, and of course I got the Red Rose's spare front clip over here. So yeah, a few other things to move and go from there. So all in all, not too bad, really. Again, 5.5 rattle cans. Yeah, working with what we got, what can be done for right now, because things are things are going to be interesting this winter, because they're saying it's going to be even worse yet. But so far, middle of November and nothing. So last warm day. The last warm day to do this. Then 50s and 40s and 30s coming on up. But alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and set this down and get some work done. At least it came out okay-ish. Yeah. Like I said, I'm OCD, but this will have to do until something better comes around. That's life. I kind of ran out of time today. Starting to run out of time. What I'm going to have to do with, I'll have to use the other axle on this, because since those are, those bushings around the rubber and everything seized up on it, because I was trying to put everything, you know, on the 9-inch, so I'm going to have to, what I want to do is a new, support bars in the back anyway, so I guess when I redo that rear axle to a posi and everything, I'll just get all new supports and everything, and just use that one to roll this around instead of turning it into a, you know, an axle for a trailer.
Yeah, just do it, turn to a rolling chassis for right now.
Yep, that's what I might have to do, because I'll show you guys real fast, because this one's got the stuff cut. I'm able to get the top bracer arm off, but the bottom ones, as you can see, you know, like on right here, they're all pretty much the same thing, but since, you know, the bushings with the rubber and all that, it's still seized up into it, and I can't get them out, so I want to have to use them, use that other rear axle off that LTD in order to roll that around, but I don't have too much time left out here to work on it. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I was wanting to get a rolling chassis this week, but maybe next week if there's no snow. And of course, around Thanksgiving and all. So, I mean, I got it painted to what I could. The sandblaster that we got worked decently, but it was starting to putter out, so I sanded the rest by hand, and it's a decent job. So, I mean, it's it's protected for one, and it's not the, like I said in the previous, you know, earlier in the video, on previous whatever segment that I made, you know, I missed some areas, but it is what it is. So, I don't know what else to really add other than just that major hiccup. So I'll leave some stuff there, and later in the week I'll get that rear axle over here and pop it on, and I'll probably work on this off and on the next couple weeks, because I got to start moving everything around now. So, and since he's home, we're gonna talk about the 66 real fast, because I'm gonna try to scoot this thing forward, even though I think it's this side where it drags, because we gotta, or he's gotta shop around for a new truck, because Blue is actually down and out. The engine's lugging and everything. It's what, 232,000 miles plus all the tonnage that truck has hauled with all these vehicles.
Yeah, well, to me it's time to upgrade anyways.
Yeah, we'll keep the body back and everything, and
oh yeah, I'll still fix it.
Oh yeah, everything's still good on it, even though the box is ratted, but thin metal can be fixed. I know we've talked about this before, but the window will be for Big Red for the 66 over there. Do you want the pillar post on this or not?
I don't think there's nothing wrong with mine.
Okay. Because if that's the case, once I get the window out, I'm cutting up to a certain extent. Because I'm going to carefully cut around this firewall and everything, so that way I could put it on Heather, my Q code, because since, you know, the stuff is pushed onto the side. So, because that'll be interesting to dig this out. I don't know how it will go, but
that thing a wild toss.
Yes, that wine jar is going to go. It's definitely going to go. Well, that entire unit's going to go because it's no good. But, so anything else on this car? Because I'm just going to chop and cut it up, and I'll skin that next year, because that's the same kind of gauge of sheet metal for the 42 Cadillac, and I'll use on it.
Definitely save the windshield.
Yeah, the windshield's coming out.
These are interchangeable.
Yeah, because pretty much sheet metal, and then once I get it off the frame, you know, cut the fenders off. I'm going to, once I get it off the frame, I'm going to flip it and then see what I need to do underneath to get the rails and stuff out, you know, for this frame, since it's going to go underneath the Biscayne. I don't know what else may really need besides saving that window and odds and ends, small stuff back, really.
Yeah, save all your little...
Yeah, I'll save the heater core back and all.
Little screws, all that stuff.
Yeah. So alrighty. What about the back window? Save it back just in case, or what?
Well, we don't have nothing that's interchangeable.
So go ahead and just junk it.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Alright. Yeah. So alrighty.
So in fact, the two-door hardtops are sloped.
Yeah, and this one's for sedans, and sedans are a dime a dozen, especially for LTDs. People are grabbing some four-door Galaxies and using LTDs for parts cars. So, alrighty. I don't know what else to really add other than just no rolling chassis this week, even though I was advertising it and everything, but then I ran into that hiccup, and the sun's going down pretty fast, and I don't have time anymore.
Okay,
So
it's 5 o'clock. It's dark.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so with the cars and everything, I'll go around here. So, as I put in the beginning of the video, I'm going to change things up for the winter. I'm going to start moving things around and get things situated to where we want them. It's a good thing that Tucker told me not to start tearing apart the 51 Vicky, because, you know, winter's going to be pretty harsh here.
Yeah, I want to be the one to get hands-on on that, so I know what's going on.
Yeah, we both talked about and agreed that when he has some more time off, he'll start taking some stuff off of that little by little. So it's gonna be a slow process as we build up the channel and everything. But I gotta move everything around. I know I made a video last year moving rust to fix rust, but now I gotta finish moving everything around, especially with some you know, new projects that came into play. You know, the Fairlane Park Lane, and you know, the Vicky, and a few other odds and ends. So yeah, I'm not sure how content's going to be for the winter. So if it gets extremely bad like it did last time, I won't be doing blogs, but I'll just kind of try to do some stuff out here. But if it gets too bad, then I guess I'll go back to stupid blogs until things get better for us. And people are asking how come he's not joining me. As well, we're not big enough yet for anything, and we're not going to say the number of stuff like that. That's why, you know, we keep asking for people to subscribe, because also next year around maybe May or June, I'm going to change the format up, get a better camera, and focus on just cars. So us talking like this will be yeah, won't be too much of a thing much longer. I don't know how to really word that other than just I want to get away from this format and do something better that's more informative and productive. And I'm looking and reading and studying videos online and how to do that stuff. So yeah, because if we want to progress and go places, well, we're gonna fix and toss some things out. I don't know how to really word that other than just change, really. So already, projects will be various and vast. We're going to focus on everything over here first. Of course, some stuff over there too, starting and everything. People even want to know an update about the 62 Buick Invicta. We haven't got that far yet because he's not here all the time to help out, because he's the engine guy and I'm more of the body man. He knows how to do everything, but I don't know how to do the engines like what he does. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything in a nutshell, describing everything, and do deeply appreciate the support that people have shown us all this time. So yeah, as I keep saying, we are a self-funded car channel. Please like, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification button. And if you want to leave something down in the comments, then go ahead and do so. So, anything else that you want to add? All right.
We already covered a lot of that stuff in previous videos, so it's don't sound like a broken record.
Yeah, not a broken record, beating a dead horse, you know, like the 42 Cadillac and everything. So, alrighty, I guess I'll still one video per week until things get better and get more time on our hands for everything. And I guess that's pretty much it, really. I'm just kind of pulling at words, but I don't know what else to say, so I guess I'll probably better end it there before I ramble. So, alrighty, y'all have a go now. Take care and stay safe. See you later, and thanks again for the support you've shown us all this time.